Right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Everyone's obsessing over whether to buy Bitcoin, pile into a stocks and shares ISA, or somehow scrape together a deposit for a one-bedroom flat in Zone 4. But here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. The investment with the highest return in 2026 isn't any of those. In fact, if you've got £1,000 sitting in your current account right now, I'm going to show you how to turn that into an extra 10, 20, even £30,000 over the next few years. And no, this isn't clickbait. This is the investment strategy that actually separates people who build wealth from people who stay stuck. Let me explain. Welcome to The Money Guys, where we cut through the financial noise and give you strategies that actually work for UK millennials and Gen Z. I'm here to show you why investing in yourself, specifically your skills, is the single best financial move you can make right now. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to calculate your return on this investment, which skills are worth your time and money, and how to fund it all tax efficiently. Let's get into it. Here's the reality. The average UK salary for someone in their 20s is around £25,000 to £30,000. Now, if you stick that in a Vanguard Global All-Cap fund in your ISA, you might see 7 to 8% annual returns if you're lucky. That's brilliant for long-term wealth, and you should absolutely be doing that. But let's do some maths. £1,000 invested at 8% gives you £80 in your first year. Not bad. But what if you spent that same £1,000 on a professional course, say, learning Google Ads, data analysis with Python, or project management? If that skill helps you negotiate a £3,000 salary increase, you've just made a 200% return in year one. And that increase compounds every single year of your career. We're talking about potentially £30,000 to £50,000 extra over a decade from one strategic investment. The average UK worker changes jobs every 4 or 5 years, and each time you move, that skill stack increases your negotiating power. Someone who can prove they've got in-demand skills can command 15 to 20% more than someone who can't. That's real money. Now, not all skills are created equal, and this is where most people mess up. Don't waste money on vague personal development courses that sound nice, but don't move the needle. In 2026, the UK job market is screaming for 3 types of skills. First, anything AI adjacent. We're talking prompt engineering, AI implementation, machine learning basics. Companies are desperate for people who can actually use these tools productively. A ChatGPT power user who can automate workflows is worth their weight in gold. Second, data skills. If you can use Excel properly, and I mean properly, with Power Query and pivot tables, or better yet, learn SQL or basic Python for data analysis, you're immediately more valuable. The median salary for a data analyst in the UK is around £35,000, but with 2 years' experience, that jumps to £45,000 plus. Third, digital marketing, specifically paid advertising. Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads. Businesses are spending millions on these platforms, and they need people who actually understand them. A freelance ad specialist can charge £500 to £1,500 per day. Here's my advice. Pick one skill that aligns with your industry or interests. Invest £500 to £1,500 in proper training, not free YouTube rabbit holes, but structured courses with certifications, and commit 3 to 6 months to mastering it. That's your move. Right, so you're convinced, but you're thinking, I don't have £1,500 lying around. I get it. Here's how to fund this intelligently. First, check if your employer offers a training budget. Loads of UK companies have £500 to £2,000 per employee for professional development, but most people never ask. Literally just email your manager. Second, consider using a 0% purchase credit card for the course fee if you can pay it off within 6 to 12 months. Barclaycard, HSBC, and others regularly offer 20 plus months interest-free. You're essentially getting a free loan to invest in an asset that generates returns immediately. Third, if you're self-employed, this is a business expense. You can deduct it from your taxable income. A £1,000 course effectively costs you £800 if you're a basic rate taxpayer, or £600 if you're higher rate. The government is literally subsidising your investment. And finally, if you're already maxing out your £20,000 ISA allowance, which, let's be honest, most of us aren't, then redirecting a small percentage into skills makes mathematical sense. Because again, the return on investment absolutely dwarfs traditional assets in the short to medium term. One more thing, platforms like LinkedIn Learning offer monthly subscriptions for about £25. For less than the cost of a few Pret lunches, you can access thousands of courses. There's no excuse. So here's your action plan. Pick one skill that'll make you more valuable in your current job or open up side income opportunities. Allocate £500 to £1,500 and 3 to 6 months to learning it properly. Track the financial return, whether that's a salary bump, promotion, or freelance income. Then reinvest those gains into traditional investments like your ISA. That's how you build real wealth in your 20s and 30s. This isn't sexy, but it works. If you found this useful, smash that like button. It genuinely helps the algorithm show this to more people who need to hear it. Subscribe for more No BS UK money content every week. And check out our video on how to actually negotiate a salary increase, because learning the skill is step 1, but getting paid for it is step 2. I'll see you in the next one.